going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So we have a ton of new details and some more snippets of new gameplay which you guys can see in the background, and I quickly just want to say a big shout out to the Avengers SE Twitter account, which is actually a fan made account, just in case you didn't know. But these are the guys that whipped up this sort of video you guys see in the background, and it's basically all the little snippets of gameplay that we have seen so far. But we have a lot of new details because yesterday, or at least when I'm making this video anyway, the Avengers team sat down and done a Q&A, and they did ask fans a ton of questions, and of course they then prioritized the ones that are more crucial, etc, etc. But in a nutshell, they revealed a ton of new interesting things that we have been waiting to hear confirmed, and of course the playable demo at E3. That's something we didn't hear about until now. We got brand new details on the world in general and the character abilities. So yes, it's going to be another really long video, so grab yourself a snack, grab yourself some popcorn, and let's dive into this. So with the new details, some I did mention in yesterday's video, but I'm just going to double confirm those as well. But the new ones we found out is it's confirmed that graphics and the design update for characters is going to happen, and serious consideration of criticism is happening with the team. So you know how we've clearly seen people react to it kind of in disappointment, saying it could be a mobile game, etc. The team have seen these comments and are taking this stuff super serious, so yes, they are going to be updating these things, and I'm assuming if they're doing this, basically picking up on this in literally 24 hours or 48 hours since their reveal, then I cannot wait to see how the final version of this game is going to be. Next up, we will actually have a main hub base. Of course, we haven't exactly seen this, nor the inside in any type of snippet, so that is something very, very interesting and exciting to see how that will look. Again, we got more gaming events coming up this year very, very soon, so I'm assuming between then and then up to those events, we're going to see all this stuff as well. Now, the big question, is the game a big open world game? The answer to that is no, it's not a big open world game, but it is an open world game that is big in different ways. So we will have a multiple medium worlds instead of one big open world. So just like I mentioned in yesterday's video, we're going to be updating the game with different regions. So I'm assuming like DLC content, X amount of months after the game's release, years after the game's release, there's going to be different worlds you can just hop into, I'm assuming as a single player experience as well, and essentially that is of course an open world, so you can do anything in these different worlds, and they're all basically allow you to free roam. Okay, so there is the big answer to the big question we had, and I am super excited. Yes, again, it's an open world game. Now, these are some stuff that you may already know anyway, but just to quickly recap, of course we've got alternative costumes for heroes, so different for each hero, and then you can basically, you know, add on to these ones. You got the classic suits, etc, etc. There will be a skill tree to customize the abilities, and of course DLC characters and the environments that they will add are going to be free. So that is very, very interesting. But in terms of finding out some more details about the gameplay, Andrew Rayner, who is the executive editor of Game Informer, got her hands on with the game and shared some crazy cool details. Now, if you don't remember Andrew Rayner from, I guess, last year, just to quickly recap, he is a dude who had like his first experience with Spider-Man PS4, and of course everyone went off his details, and it turned out that game was absolutely amazing. His reviews on this stuff are just, I guess, raw and not one-sided at the same time, so they're very, very interesting. So I'm gonna read out pretty much word by word of what he says. So firstly, Avengers delivers single player and co-op levels. We saw one of the first single player levels that alternated between characters as they battled on the bridge. Combat looks similar to Arkham, but with less counters and more crowd control measures. Hulk can pick up 2 people at once and smash them together, or slam to the ground to take out 10 at once. some platforming like wall running, Iron Man flies along it for a little shooter sequence, Black Widow battles Taskmaster, some of the Avengers big moments feature quick time events, not sure what happens when you fail. I asked if Avengers is set on the same Earth as Insomniac Spider-Man and they gave me a non-answer, so the fact that they didn't answer this question still at this stage isn't confirming whether or not that is going to be a thing. Of course, either way, I'm super excited about this all. So he continued to say about the Hulk being visibly the most polished character in the game so far and legitimately looks fun to play as he seems to have an affinity for picking up enemies. Like I said, Hulk can grab up an enemy and use their hapless soldier as a weapon to swat at other foes. He can also pick up two enemies at once and then slam them together, of course. He did also continue to say platforming sequences, so in one area, Hulk may just need to leap a good 50 feet into the air to reach a distant platform, which he can then slam down on to smash every foe on it. He then moved on to Captain America, saying is the next character thrown into the spotlight. He's not on the bridge and is instead on the Avengers helicarrier, which is hovering over the water. He realizes something in the bay is pulling the ship down and could result in the city being destroyed. Cap's fight begins on the helicarrier's command deck while using his fists and feet in combos to deal with threats within reach. He mostly uses the shield to keep enemies at bay. He can raise it up and run forward like a ram or throw it before tossing his iconic shield, which brackets has a larger star on it than we've seen before. He can charge it up and what appears to be electricity to really make it sting. He catches the shield automatically, but in one moment he kicked it back a second at a person for a combo that took out two enemies at once. I'm guessing this is a timed button press. R1 is for the shield throw. So this seems very, very interesting. If you want to read the full article, the link is in the description below. But overall, this does sound very, 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 very good. Because, like, if you go back to when they revealed the trailer, of course, a lot of people were mostly disappointed that not only is it super hyped up, but everyone kind of felt like they were waiting all that time, and then kaboosh kabam, it was essentially just that trailer, and then that was it. I'm glad we do have these new details, and I'm hoping they are going to be interacting with the community just like Insomniac Games done when, of course, it did come down to Spider-Man, kind of answering, you know, I guess, questions on Twitter, but not fully, but kind of giving hints, etc, etc. So to round this video up into a nutshell and to finalize every detail that we weren't sure about, there's going to be a big open world, but of course it is split into different miniature worlds, I guess you could say. How big these are going to be and how detailed they are is another question, of course, that is pending, simply because we haven't seen this stuff. So when it comes down to the next gaming event, I am pretty sure they will showcase some of this stuff, but nonetheless, that's how it's rolling, and I'm really excited that there will be different regions, and you never know, after like a year of its release, if there is something they can consistently go and add in, I'm hoping they will take fan feedback and essentially go ahead and make more regions based on, you know, community feedback in general. Of course, to add to that, with the superheroes, they will be more added into the game after the release. There was still that myth about Spider-Man actually being added to the game, but essentially as a PS4 exclusive, because they were teasing how they are working with a PlayStation and have some very, very exciting stuff. The only thing that was officially confirmed on that end is that there is going to be a beta, and if you have a PlayStation 4, you will get early access simply by having a PlayStation 4. So that's like the first perk, but the whole myth on whether the worlds are connected, again, because Andrew Reiner did ask them, you know, he asked the question if it's set on the same Earth as Insomniac Spider-Man, with them just giving no answer, it basically means no, but at the same time, wouldn't you just say no there and then? That's just me. I mean, I would say no and just kind of like finalize that there, but they don't seem to be doing that. So whether or not it's something that they're working on a bit more and it's going to be an Easter egg or something and they're just keeping a secret to then, you know, show off, I have no idea. But nonetheless, overall, all these new details do sound very interesting. I did actually think Hulk would probably be the more polished character, as from this little snippet we did see. I guess he seems like more of a tough character when it comes down to his abilities. With the abilities in general, I'm assuming the skill tree is going to be very, very detailed on there, and there's probably a whole lot you can do to these characters. And again, they're all going to be very special and unique in their own ways. But I'm excited for this game overall. So the fact that you don't have to play co-op all the time is a good thing as well. Sometimes you just want to dive into a single player game and have fun by yourself. So this seems like it's going to offer both of those options, and overall it does sound very good. You guys get in the comment section below though, and let me know what you think. Is the game sounding promising to you, or do you feel let down by the game? Please don't say you were let down by the game. Of course, it's been in development for such a long time, but they still do have so much room for improvement in terms of that. But as far as everything just shown, it really is just a trailer with small little snippets of gameplay. So even then, we can't really go off too much. But again, you guys get in the comment section below and let me know what you think. As always, subscribe for more awesome content if you have not already, and I will see you in the next one. But till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.